If you're struggling to pass your Profirm challenge, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Stefan. I'm a process operator and I'm in my third year of learning how to trade, but just my second year of applying this data-driven approach that I'm currently developing. And it worked. It helped me to pass this 25K challenge I bought on Funding Pips. I have passed a couple of challenges in the past, but I have also blown a lot of challenges. That time I didn't have a system that I was using. I was mainly gambling to pass challenges, but that doesn't turn out very well. It was the first challenge I used to apply this data-driven approach, and it worked. I will try to give a brief summary of how things went, some of the mistakes I did. I hope you can learn from it. This is just proof of concept that it works.
This is what I'm trying to achieve with this data-driven approach. On the left side, the theoretical part, and on the right side, my Funding Pips account, the statistics and everything like that. So as you can see on the left, to give you some type of information, I collect data based on date and time and the rules for my strategy. I will not tell you my strategy because I think it's not needed. It doesn't matter what strategy you have, it's just how you approach it. At the end of every trading day, I collect the data based on my strategy and to see if it would play out or not. I also put the risk reward on it. You see here minus 100 euros, which means that it was a losing trade, or plus 300 euros, which means it's a winning trade. The number is just a representation of the percentage. You can also see it as a risking 1% to make 3%. My system is a 3-hour system. And on the right side, this is the one-step Funding Pips challenge. I choose one step because the two-step, you will need to generate 15%. The first phase is 10% and the second phase is 5%. For the one step, it's just to make 10%, but you have less drawdown to play with. On the two step, you have 10% drawdown you can play with, but on this one step, you have only 6%. That's not a huge problem because that is just risk management on how to deal with the losses and how to recover from it. You can see I bought this account on the 31st of March and I achieved my target by the end of May. Here are some statistics. My average win rate was 389 and the average loss and my win ratio. According to my data, the win ratio of my system is between 28 to 38%, working towards to increase that win rate percentage. The key is to match the execution with the theoretical part. That is the whole game, what I'm trying to achieve with this data-driven approach. As you can see, for April, according to the data, I should have made 11%, but here I made 6%. I wasn't risking 1%, I was risking $80. Then I increased to $100. This is for April. And you can see for May, according to the data of May, I should have made 6%, but here I made way more because on the last day of achieving my target, I risked more and I took extra risk. That is actually a trading error, but it's a risk I was willing to take because I was almost at my target and I saw an opportunity. It was still according to my rules, but I risked a little more to achieve the target. Here you can see the number of days, total trades, my biggest win and my biggest loss. And here are the results of each trade. I started risking less. As I have a buffer, I increased my risk. I started with 80 and then to 150 and 200 I started to risk. On one of the days, I almost lost the account, but there is actually a reason for that. This was my biggest losing day, the 448. It was because here the losses are normal losses, and then I started to win. I needed only, I think, $700 to achieve my target. I started to risk more. This was a losing trade, 150. And then on this trade, I almost tilted, but I still managed to keep my cool because daily loss limit was 750 and these two trades were, I think, 600. You can see it here, 686. I lost on the day, but the daily drawdown limit was 750, and if I have lost more than 750 on that day, then I would blow the account. So you can see that trading is actually a mental game on how to suppress some of the emotions that are rising up, like fear, greed, and things like that. I'm still a human, so I'm still learning on how to control myself. I know that I have a system that works because this is the proof of concept of it, the result of what I'm trying to achieve. And this is just to show you that it's possible. It's possible to achieve your targets with a data-driven approach. It's not the fastest way because I've been there also. I could pass a challenge within 1 or 2 days. That means I was trading more or risking more to achieve my targets. But this is just a more structured approach. The important part of it is how to execute each trade, how to use risk management. Because even with this data-driven approach, there are some hurdles like human error. For instance, like the day that I almost tilted, or if you're supposed to put a trade, you get your signal and then you cannot execute it because of work, or if you're driving. In April, I should have made 11%, right? And on one of those days, I was on a losing streak and I needed to put the trade, but I couldn't put it because I think I was driving. And at the end of the day, I checked again and I saw that it should have been a winning trade. Those are the things that you will come across. I think it's just a matter of accepting it. I'm still learning on how to do that, on how to suppress some of my emotions that rise up. But it's a learning process. I'm still in the learning curve. This is just proof to me and to you guys that the data-driven approach works. Just to note, I developed this myself. I didn't get any mentoring from anybody on how to do it. I just read 3 books and watched a lot of YouTube videos. But those YouTube videos weren't about a strategy. I developed my own strategy. The YouTube videos were more the psychological part. I saw that those were my biggest obstacles on how to deal with emotions, how to deal with patience, because you need to be very patient, fear, greed, and things like that. If you don't have a system, if you're trying to predict every move, it can work, but from my experience, that's not sustainable. Because the market is unpredictable, you cannot predict the next move. I cannot tell you that the next trade I'm putting, it will be a winner, or the trade I'm currently in is a winner. I cannot tell you that because the market is very unpredictable. What's working for me is to find a way that you can approach every trade the same way and execute it the same way. So everything needs to be consistent. Everything needs to be consistent. Keep collecting data, review the data, and try to fine-tune the system. I'm still early in the game, but this is proof that it works. Next year, I will go for the bigger accounts. This is the challenge phase. I just received my funded account the first week of June. You need to wait 3 working days. I will keep you guys updated if I get a payout or I'm going for the bigger accounts. On the one-step challenge, the biggest account is 100,000, but there are other firms that give you more. 200, 300,000. Those are way much expensive, obviously. If you're going for the prop firm route, always do a background check if they do pay out, because it will just be a waste of your time. Performers are just a leverage. That's why I'm doing both. I'm trading prop firm accounts and my own life account.
So yeah, that was the 25k challenge. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a like. If you have a question, or if you don't agree with something, or if you have a tip for me, drop it in the comments so we can learn from each other. We'll see you soon in the next video.